The evolution of maps and navigation is a story that spans millennia, rooted in the primal need to understand the world and find our way through it. From the earliest depictions of the world to the precision-guided systems we rely on today, the journey is one of ingenuity, trial, and discovery. Our ancestors were not content with merely wandering. They sought to understand their environment, chart its mysteries, and navigate through uncharted waters. This quest for understanding and control over the world we inhabit transformed the way we think about space and our place within it. In ancient times, maps were not simply representations of geography, but reflections of the worldviews and cultural perspectives of the people who created them. The earliest known map, etched on a clay tablet from Babylon around 2300 BCE, offers a glimpse into the minds of early civilizations. This map, though crude by today's standards, was an attempt to depict the known world from the perspective of a civilization centered in Mesopotamia. It highlights a fundamental characteristic of ancient maps. They were often shaped by myth and belief rather than geographical accuracy. The ancient Greeks, with their remarkable advancements in science and philosophy, introduced a more systematic approach to mapping. Pythagoras and later Aristotle understood the Earth as a sphere, and by the time of Eratosthenes in the 3rd century BCE, a more sophisticated understanding of geography emerged. Eratosthenes, a Greek mathematician and astronomer, not only calculated the Earth's circumference with remarkable accuracy, but also produced one of the first known maps that attempted to divide the known world into latitudes and longitudes. His map was an attempt to understand the Earth in mathematical terms, laying the groundwork for future cartographic developments. During the Roman Empire, maps began to evolve further, not only as scientific tools, but as instruments of imperial power. Roman maps, like the Tabula Rogeriana, were used for military conquest, trade, and governance. They were highly practical, showing roads, cities, and military routes, enabling the empire to efficiently manage its vast territories. This period marked the shift from maps being abstract representations to becoming tools of navigation essential for practical purposes. However, it was the Islamic Golden Age, beginning in the 8th century, that significantly advanced cartography. Scholars like Al-Idrisi and Ibn Battuta built on the Greek and Roman foundations, adding new knowledge from their explorations across the Middle East, Asia, and Africa. Al-Idrisi's world map, drawn in 1154, was one of the most advanced maps of the medieval world, blending scientific knowledge with the practical needs of travelers and traders. These maps were more geographically accurate than many of their European counterparts, which still clung to the flawed models of earlier antiquity. In Europe, during the Middle Ages, the development of maps was often limited by the prevailing belief in a flat Earth, as well as the religious and mythological interpretations of the world. The T and O maps of the medieval period, with their simplistic designs, illustrated the world as a flat disk with Jerusalem at its center. These maps, while rudimentary, still served a purpose, helping people orient themselves within their spiritual world rather than their physical surroundings. The age of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries marked a revolution in mapping and navigation. The discovery of the Americas by Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama's sea route to India were not just monumental events in history, they were made possible by advances in navigation and cartography. The introduction of more accurate compass navigation, the astrolabe, and better shipbuilding technology allowed sailors to venture further into the unknown. Explorers and mapmakers like Gerardus Mercator and Abraham Ortelius created detailed maps of newly discovered lands, which helped fuel further exploration and trade. The Mercator projection, introduced by Gerardus Mercator in 1569, became one of the most influential developments in cartography.
His system allowed for straight lines on a map to represent constant bearings, making it easier for sailors to navigate across vast oceans. The Mercator projection revolutionized navigation, making it more reliable and practical for sea voyages. While the map distorted the size of countries near the poles, it was an indispensable tool for exploration and trade, and its influence can still be seen in modern maps today. In the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution brought new advancements in both the precision of maps and the tools used to create them. The advent of photography, the development of accurate surveying instruments, and the ability to map terrain in greater detail marked a new era in cartography. The British Ordnance Survey, founded in 1791, is one of the earliest examples of large-scale, systematic mapping of a country. These maps, which began as military tools, soon found use in industries, government planning, and civilian life. At the same time, navigation underwent a significant transformation with the development of more advanced instruments. The sextant, which allowed sailors to measure the angle between the horizon and a celestial body, became an essential tool in determining a ship's position. The chronometer, an accurate timekeeping device, made it possible to determine longitude, solving one of the greatest challenges of navigation at sea. These innovations made long-distance navigation safer and more precise, enabling explorers to chart the world with increasing accuracy. The 20th century witnessed the rise of digital maps, fueled by the development of computers and satellite technology. In the early days of aviation, pilots used paper maps and navigation charts to find their way across the skies. But with the advent of radar and later GPS technology, navigation underwent a dramatic shift. The United States Department of Defense launched the Global Positioning System in the 1970s, originally for military use. Today, navigation is no longer confined to paper maps or even physical coordinates. Smartphones and car navigation systems have brought maps to the fingertips of billions of people around the world. Services like Google Maps have integrated satellite imagery, real-time traffic data, and route optimization, making navigation faster and more efficient than ever before. GPS technology allows for pinpoint accuracy, enabling not only personal navigation, but also the precise mapping of everything from cities to forests to the oceans. Despite these technological advancements, the core purpose of maps and navigation has remained the same: to help people find their way. From ancient stone tablets to cutting-edge digital systems, maps have always been a tool for exploration, understanding, and discovery. They have connected us to the world and to each other in ways we often take for granted. Maps and navigation have always been more than just tools for getting from one place to another. They are windows into the ways humans have viewed the world, how we have interacted with our environment, and how we have expanded our horizons. As technology continues to evolve, so too will our ability to map and navigate the world. The journey that began with the primitive maps of ancient civilizations has led us to a world where we can explore not just the Earth, but the stars.